Well, we're in the latter half of May. And for all you Airedale Line geeks out there, that includes me, you know what significant thing is happening. It's the 2025 Northern Timetable change. And what does that mean for us Leeds to Skiptoners? No, not a change in timetable. The introduction of some newly extended 6-coach trains. I'll be honest, I'd forgotten about it for over a month. That is until I noticed this 6-car stopboard in Cononley, of all places. If you've been to Bingley or Shipley this past year, you'll have noticed that the platforms have been extended by approximately 2 coaches. Gee, I wonder why. Over in Bingley, you can see that they have stretched the platforms right up to the tunnel. Network Rail has released a quote saying, "Those of you travelling on the Leeds to Skipton line may notice we're having to use fewer carriages on some services over the next few weeks. This is because of a slight delay in the introduction of the 6-car trains. We hope to increase the number again in a few weeks and will keep this page updated with details." Hold on, fewer carriages? Every single Class 331 operating on the Airedale Line is formed of 3 carriages, which means to have fewer cars on them, as clearly stated by the article, would be effectively removing their only coach and leaving them with just 2 cab cars. The thing is, electronically, physically and logically, to my understanding, this would make 0 sense. The middle car holds the wheelchair accessible area and the toilet, but most importantly, the pantograph itself. So either that quote is badly worded, or I am completely missing the point. And before you mention the 333s, it's not the 333s. If the 333s would ever get extended or shortened, I would eat my baseball cap. Seriously, what is the correlation between there is a problem with the introduction of our double class 331s and, wow, you'll notice there are some shorter trains on the line? And you can trust me, I'm an Airedale Line regular. I'm constantly around the railway, in Leeds, in Keighley, etc. I know lots of people who are also Airedale Line regulars, and unanimously, we have not seen a single shortened train. I remember when, from their introduction to the end of 2023, the 331s were 4 cars. There's actually a little video of me explaining the shortening of them.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Train Spot with Albert. Putting them into 3 cars over the last 3-ish and a bit before days. And that's not all. On the Ilkley line, one of the branches of this line, they are turning them from their original 4 into 6 cars.
And apparently those 4-car units formerly on the Airedale Line are now somewhere in the northwest. And I assume, to bring their 6-car dream into fruition, Northern has purchased another few 3-car sets to combine with the ones we already have. Though 6-car trains just like this have been spotted in the wild before, I don't believe they're very common at all. And I wouldn't be surprised if Northern ordered 30 or more new 331s. As it says on their website, they're aiming to get some 331s near Blackpool, Manchester, Liverpool, that sort of area. And on the topic of preparation for these trains on the Airedale Line, online I've seen people say that Saltaire's platforms have been extended by 2 coaches and an extra waiting room has been added. I was just there half an hour ago and this is not true. But it definitely is true that Bingley and Shipley have had their platforms extended. And apparently the same thing has gone on with Burley and Wharfdale and Apperley Bridge. But anyway, it's Bradford City of Culture 2025 this year, and a change to the Airedale Line was bound to be made. I guess that all we can do now is wait and enjoy our 2 specially liveried trains. Oh, and of course, the new platform at Bradford Forster Square too.